Hello everybody, True here. Welcome to another Walking Dead No Man's Land video. This one is to go over probably the biggest change to the game since Outpost was introduced. It's the introduction of Challenge 2.0. For those of you who don't know, the complete weekly challenge system has been completely overhauled in an attempt to improve things for the better, and there's quite a lot of new screens and a lot of new features that have been introduced which may be confusing to both new and old players alike. So hopefully this video will go to alleviate that and help the transition into the new challenge process to be as smooth as possible. So just before we get into things, just a few basics. The challenges still consist of 6 maps, and each of the 6 maps, once completed, you can then progress onto the next round. So round is a new term that's been introduced into the challenge system. You can progress around as long as you have cleared the map with at least 1 star. Bonus stars are still awarded, but only if you advance the round forward, which I'll go into in a little bit more detail later on. Gone are the daily bonus stars. They no longer exist. Well, they do exist, but you will get gold for them instead of rather than stars going towards the guild challenges. But other than that, bonus stars will be awarded once you complete a round. Okay, so let's begin dissecting this new challenge setup then. If I draw your attention to the top center of the screen, number 1 is the information button, which will lead you to the screen that you can see at the moment. Now on this screen it shows you what the current challenge is, how much time is remaining, and it also gives you a lot of other information such as your own personal stars achieved, all-time stars achieved on this challenge, and the highest difficulty level that you've reached. If you also click on one of the arrow buttons, you will also get some guild information along the similar lines as well, so you can see what your highest achieving member of your guild was. And if you like stats and crunching through numbers and things, this will definitely be a screen that you want to check out quite often, not only to check your own performance but just to check how your guild's doing as well. Okay, turning our attention to point number 2 now, which is to the top left of the screen there. That actually tells you what round of the challenge you're on. Now, I mentioned rounds briefly before, and I'll go into them in a lot more detail later on. But this is basically how many bonus stars you will also earn if you complete all 6 maps on the round. So, as you can see on the screen at the moment, if you clear all the 6 maps there and decide to move on to the next round, you'll be awarded 16 bonus stars. When you're on level 17, you'll get 17 bonus stars, etc, etc. So quite straightforward in that regards. Now number 3 is to the top right of your screen as you're looking at it, and if you click on that button, you'll be presented with the screen that you can currently view at the moment. And this will tell you that you are ready to progress the level forward if you so wish. Now just a little note here, it tells you how many bonus stars you're going to be awarded there, and an award of train goods. You can actually choose to go back to the missions, because you can actually activate this button as long as you have at least 1 star on the 6 maps. So in effect you can actually use this button and progress to the next round with a very minimal 6 stars obtained, 1 star per map. But if you do want to reattempt any of the other maps to try and improve your score, you need to hit the back to the missions button, and then you will be able to attempt the missions again as many times as you want to try and get that 3 stars that we all attain for. If you decide that it's too difficult for you and you want to cash in and get your bonus stars, you'll simply press that button to the top right again and choose the move on to the next round button, which will obviously award you the bonuses and move you up a difficulty level. Okay, turning to number 4, which is the lower left of the screen there, that's your own personal star tally. And you will also see to the right there, number 5 is your progress bar. Now as before, where we had a milestone to reach before we got the next award, this is what this bar actually does, but now you can see a more visual representation of it, and you'll see there's like notches or increments along the way. Now these are going to be chests, and there's quite a few new chests added to Challenge 2.0. The purple chests will award you things such as XP, and trade goods, things such as that. And the blue chests, as you can see from the icon that is on the chest itself, is a character token, so you can actually obtain class tokens and hero tokens from those, and they are obviously for reaching quite a significant milestone there. Moving along to the right there to number 6. Number 6 is your guild star tally. Again, it's got a similar progress bar which leads up to the next rewards. These rewards can be trade goods, and it can be other things as well, which we normally expect to get, such as radios and the like there. So nothing really changed in that regards. Now number 7, to the center of the screen there, is just one of the challenge map icons. Now the reason I've highlighted this in particular is there's quite a big fundamental change to this. As I said previously, to progress around by using the top right button there, number 3, you only have to get at least 1 star in each of the 6 maps, and you can decide to move on to the next difficulty tier. However, if you choose not to, you can immediately retry that map straight away and try and obtain more stars. You can never get more than 3 stars for it. So for example, if you earn 2 stars on one attempt and 3 stars on a second attempt, you'll only get credited with 3 stars, you won't get 5. So it's a way of, if you do attain, if you do want to move on, sooner, you don't have to retry the levels and obviously spend more gas. But if you are going for that perfection, if you are going for that maximum star tally, you will want to retry these missions until you actually get the 3 stars in them. The thing I like about this most is that now, in the old system, if you made a silly mistake and you got damaged, the only way you could actually retry that mission was to quit out and get a severe injury from one of your characters. However, with this method, you can still continue to complete the map, get the mission rewards in terms of opening the crates and all the XP that's associated with it, but then you are still able to retry the map immediately with no countdown timer with another character, or you can obviously choose to heal a member who's been damaged who will only be bruised rather than heavily injured. Now finally, just before I close this video up, I just want to go back to item number 3 there at the top right of the screen. When you actually click that button and accept to move forward on to the next challenge, you'll be presented with this screen you can see at the moment. Now, depending on what difficulty level you are on, you may advance to the next tier. So like the screenshot shows at the moment, level 20, you may advance to level 21. However, if you notice on this one for level 20, there are little increments in the circle, and as you can see, one portion is filled up. You actually have to repeat level 20 3 occasions before you can advance to level 21. Now, before you say why are we repeating the same missions, they are incremental difficulty updates to each of the times you attempt the level. Things will be slightly changed, maybe slightly more walkers. A walker may be a slightly higher level on one of the maps, for example. So there are little incremental updates there. So lower tier levels, you will only have to clear them once, but this is the good thing about the Challenge 2.0 rework. No longer, if you're a high level player, do you have to start off at level 3 walkers. Your starting level or starting round is determined by the maximum level of your survivor, and it will put you into a level that's appropriate to you. It still drops you down a little way. For example, I actually currently are maximum level 20 characters, and I started the challenge at level 14, which is a significant improvement starting at level 3. There's significantly less missions to go through, and you reach the actual appropriate challenge level or risk level of your characters an awful lot sooner. So that's a massive improvement there. So as I say, you complete at least one star on each of the maps there, and then you can choose to progress, and you'll either move up a tier or you'll make an incremental update to the next level. The most I've seen so far is you have to repeat a level 3 times with incremental updates before it will advance onto the next proper difficulty level tier. I'm not sure if extremely higher levels will have more incremental updates. I simply don't know at this time there, but basically the low level grind has gone there for all high level players, which I'm sure we all can rejoice about. So I hope this video has been informative to you all. If anybody's got any questions about it in any way whatsoever, either post them on my YouTube channel or personal message me. Quite happy to respond to them. Hopefully it does help some people get to grips with the new challenge there, because there is an awful lot of new information to take in there and new ways to actually do things. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.